Hey there, my name is Irina and I am a full-time traveler. If this is your first time to our channel, welcome. If you know us and you've been following us, welcome back. In this video, I will share with you my personal toiletry packing hacks, how to minimize your toiletries and how to substitute a lot of liquid products so you can get through TSA like a boss. On our day-to-day basis, we use lots of products for self-care and beauty, and most of them come in liquid form. When we go to vacation, we want to take our entire cabinet of products with us, but of course, TSA restricts us to 1 quart or 1 liter bag. And every bottle of liquids you bring with you must be 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters or less. The dilemma is how to bring all the products we need in small size that fit into one bag. The most common solution is travel size products, of course. We all go to our local pharmacy or Walmart and Target and pick up a bottle of travel size shampoo. Let's see how many of these products fit into 1 liter bag. Conditioner, I put body wash, body lotion, mouthwash, and toothpaste. But of course, our bag must zip. And at this point, with toothpaste, it does not zip. Canada was the toughest TSA to go through when it comes to liquids. When we were traveling with the van, we had all our toiletries packed in a clear TSA approved supposedly bag. So they made us take all the liquids out and put in this one bag. This is an actual TSA bag. So these are very basic items that fit into 1 liter bag. But what about other items like face wash, lotions, makeup, not to mention toothpaste? Travel size is not always the solution. In this video, I will show you how to substitute all these items with dry version. This way, you will have 1 liter empty bag to fill with all your favorite products for facial or makeup care. Alright, let's start with our basics, shampoo and conditioner, and substitute liquid form with dry form. This is dry shampoo bar and dry conditioner bar from Lush. They use all natural ingredients and come in different scents. We personally love dry shampoo bar and use it on a regular basis, not only when we travel, and it lasts a very long time. Conditioner we only use for travel purposes to eliminate liquids. On regular basis, I prefer hair mask. So at this point, we're saving space in our toiletry bag and we eliminating our liquids, and we still haven't put anything in our liquids bag. Next up, body wash. Well, this one is really easy, as you might have guessed. We're substituting liquid body wash with regular bar soap. And this specific bar soap actually has loofah inside and a little string. So by using 2-in-1 soap with loofah inside, you're saving space not only on not adding liquids to your liquid bag, but also saving space on loofah, because sometimes loofah takes a lot of space in your toiletry bag. Now, how do you substitute a body lotion? Well, you can buy a dry body lotion bar from Lush. This is actually a massage bar, but you can use it as body lotion. It melts with your body heat, and it is super lush and moisturizing. Or if you want to go DIY, I recently found out how easy it is to make your own body lotion bars, any shape, sizes, or scents you like. I will leave some links in the description below so you can get some ideas. Now let's talk about mouth hygiene. You might think, how the hell you would substitute mouthwash and toothpaste? Well, we have a solution for you. Lush dry mouthwash tablets and dry toothpaste tablets. These are excellent products and we actually use them on a daily basis. Toothpaste comes in a little tablets like this, and we actually find that this is too much for one use. So what we do is we cut them in half and we basically doubling the product. They leave the mouth very clean and fresh, and we're removing the liquid version. And at this point, our liquids bag is still empty. And this is not a Lush advertising, guys. We're not getting paid by Lush. We really love their product and they help us substitute all the liquids into dry versions. Now that we got all our basics out of the way, let's go a little bit more into specific products like face wash. I put my favorite face wash in a travel size, but if I do want to bring all my toiletries into carry-on, I substitute my face wash with, again, Lush face wash. It does come with different scents and actually different purposes, like for dry skin or oily skin. This is a dry skin version. It makes my skin super moisturized, and sometimes I feel like I don't even need to use a regular lotion right after I wash my face. The next two items I want to talk to you about is not commonly brought to a vacation, but if you do need it, here is facial micro exfoliant. It comes in a dry version. So again, you don't need to put your facial scrub into liquid bags. It comes into a little powder like this. I'm not sure if you can see that. And if you do need to use body scrub, instead of bringing your liquid body scrub, you can substitute it with regular coffee grounds or brown sugar. And you can just put them in a small Ziploc bag and use them instead of your scrub. On our next trip to Maui, Hawaii, we will need mosquito repellent, and you might need it too on your next trip. So there are a few options to substitute liquid version or spray. Number one, you can get mosquito repellent bracelets or mosquito repellent towels, or you can go DIY. It is super easy to make your own mosquito repellent. I will leave a few links below in the description. What you can do is you can also make your own mosquito repellent towels. You take regular paper towel, split it in half so it's thinner, and fold it however small you need it. Pre-soak it with mosquito repellent and put it in a Ziploc. And here we go. We're eliminating the liquid mosquito repellent and saving space in our liquids bag. The next tip is for my beauty queens. You can substitute your makeup remover with makeup remover towels. I've been using Neutrogena makeup removal towels, and I'm actually thinking to switch to another brand because the seal keeps opening and peeling off and my towels are getting dry. There are a few things you can do if you feel like these towels are not strong enough or does not have enough moisture. Number one, you can add your favorite makeup remover to these towels and pre-soak them a little bit more to add moisture or strength. Or you can pre-soak cotton pads with your favorite makeup remover and keep them in a little jar like this, or put them in a Ziploc bag. And again, we are saving space in our liquids bag. It is still empty, guys. I wear contact lenses every single day. I used to wear 2-week contacts, but they require maintenance. I need a solution to soak my contacts overnight. And the smallest traveling size is 2 ounces, which is still quite bulky because the bottle is very round and it takes a lot of space in the liquid bag. So I switched to everyday contacts that come in individual packages with a little bit of solution in there. Normally at TSA they don't even consider it liquid, but just for Canada, just for the sake of putting something finally in our liquid bag, I'm putting this. And look how flat and skinny that is. Does not take a lot of space. If you out of your prescription and want to switch to everyday contacts, there is a very simple solution. There is a company called Visibly that renew your prescription, and I will leave the link in the description below as well. A lot of people, including myself, wear glasses. On a vacation, I can get away by cleaning my glasses with just a towel. However, some people are more specific about cleaning their glasses. So instead of bringing even a travel size container of glass cleaner, consider using glass cleaning towels. Another tip is to substitute liquid nail polish remover into nail polish remover pads like this, or pre-soak your own. Just think about how many times you would want to remove nail polish on your vacation and how many cotton pads you would use. Pre-soak them and again put them either into a container or a Ziploc bag. Hair product could be a sensitive topic depending on your hairstyle, texture. We all use different hair products. So what works for me might not work for you. On a regular basis, I'm using Living Proof hair products, which I put in travel size. But when I travel just for 1 week, I use Lush Live-In conditioner that locks moisture. And the cool thing about Lush is that they give you samples that you can try ahead of time to see if this works for you or not. This is how a sample look like. It is very easy to apply. It melts with the heat of your hands, and you just spread it with your hands and apply it into your hair. It saves space in my liquids bag. However, if you prefer your own hair products, you still have plenty of space to carry on your favorite hair products. When I go away for a week, I normally do all my hair treatments right before I leave. However, if you absolutely need to do any hair treatment or hair mask while on vacation, I highly recommend this one from Lush. It comes in a solid form and you can actually break it into 3 parts and put it in even a sample container from Lush or a Ziploc bag. And it's super easy to use. You just add hot water and moisturize your hair. I usually do all my facial treatments before I'm going away on a short trip. However, if you absolutely need to do a facial mask while on your vacation, I recommend to use something like this, a prepackaged facial mask. There are so many different varieties on the market. Make sure you try the one you're going to bring with you before the trip. This way, your skin does not break out while on vacation. For all the germaphobes out there, consider using, instead of travel size liquid disinfectant spray like this, disinfectant travel size wipes like this. Or I have even better solution, 2-in-1. Use hand sanitizer. But instead of the liquid form, you can use hand sanitizer cloth or make your own hand sanitizer wipes with the same method we did before by folding a paper towel and pre-soaking it with your favorite hand sanitizer. This way you can use it to sanitize your hands, doorknobs, toilet seats, or any type of counters, anything you want. And on top of it, we're eliminating another liquid. By choosing dry version of products opposed to liquids, not only you will save space in your liquids toiletry bag, but in your general toiletry bag as well. But now let's think about how we can minimize the amount of products we can bring on our vacation, which brings us to the topic of what can you do without during your trip. Depending on how long you're going away for, really think what it is that you can do without. For example, I mentioned before, I do all my scrubbing and facial and hair mask before, so I can eliminate those products from my toiletry bag. Or for example, this is my night cream. Even though it is a travel version, it is 1.7 ounces. The container is quite big, and I can probably do without my night cream for 7 days. Or facial spray. It is also a 2-ounce travel size spray, but for 1 week, I can really do without it. Now, think of what it is that you can do without. Once you figured out what your necessities are, let's talk about type of travel size containers. There are so many different types of containers on the market in stores and online, but not all of them are created equally. I personally love to reuse containers from other products. It will give me an assurance that they will not leak. This is number one product. For example, generic containers. I bought this from Amazon. This is pump containers. I put hair oil in one and it leaks. Leave-in conditioner does not leak. I would use spray bottles like this, of course not for every product, we'll talk about it later. So from facial spray, I would absolutely reuse this container. I know it will not leak. I can refill it again with facial spray. I can put mosquito repellent spray if you prefer spray opposed to the towels that I told you before. Or I can put screen cleaner or glass cleaner in a spray bottle as well. Speaking of reusing the bottles, when I was purchasing this perfume, I was already thinking ahead. This is a roll-on tip and it is easily removable. So I already know once I finish using this perfume, I can clean it with the baking soda and the dishwashing detergent and either put the same perfume or do a different perfume. And I know this would be a good quality non-leaking bottle. Now, glass versus plastic. The difference is the glass containers are so much heavier. So if you are looking to lighten up your carry-on load, definitely opt in for plastic. Depending on what type of product you're planning to put in a container, there is a hard plastic container or squeeze bottle container. Now, if you put any type of creams or even conditioner or leave-in conditioner for your hair in a hard plastic, it will be hard to come out once it kind of reaches the end. So consider putting it in a squeeze bottle container. The hard plastic would be something good for any type of oils, something that is more liquid. There are different types of containers you can choose depending on your product. Spray bottle, pump bottle, squeeze or pour bottle, open jar bottle, or an eyedropper bottle. So really think what type of container you would use for each product. Spray, like I mentioned before, you can use for any type of facial spray, anything that is super liquid. Pump bottle would be great for leave-in hair conditioners, facial wash, any type of thicker creams, or even day cream, night cream, any type of serums. Pour bottles like this or like this would be good for oils. Open jar bottle would also be good for creams. I prefer my creams in a pump bottle, but it's up to you. Maybe it will be easier to refill it for you, or you can actually add some of the dry options in this type of containers, like a part of the hair mask, like I mentioned before. Or the glass jar bottles with an eyedropper. There are actually super tiny versions of this, 1 milliliter, 2 milliliter, or even 3 milliliter if you need to bring maybe essential oils or any type of eye serums. Even though you are allowed to bring with you up to 100 milliliter liquid container like this, let's face it, some of the products you are not going to be used as much. For example, when we left New York for a minimum of 6 months, I put my favorite face wash in a 3-ounce container. But when I do go away for a week, I will minimize it into much smaller container, or I will just use the dry version. So whatever liquid products I will need, I will calculate the exact amount I will use during my vacation. For example, if I want to bring my night cream, I know I use a pump and a half for each application. So I will count the exact amount of pumps I need to bring for 7 days. And if you're not sure if it is really going to be enough, you can put this amount that you pre-calculated and test it to see if it would last you a week. Now, for some products, I would use super tiny amounts, and I would use eye contact containers. These specific containers are better than colored ones because they're deeper on the inside. So for example, if I do choose to bring my leave-in hair conditioner, I know that I use only 1 pump per application. So for my 7-day trip, I would use exactly 7 pumps of my leave-in conditioner, and I can put my hair oil in the next container as well, also using 7 pumps of it. I like to use these containers also because they don't leak. They are made for eye contact solution, and when you seal them tight, your products will not leak. It is also a good idea to use contact containers for your foundation and the primer, or if you need 2 different colors of foundations to blend. I would also calculate to put 7 drops in one side and whatever amount of foundation I need in the other side. You can really test it. Prepare once for your 7-day trip, and then next time you will always know whether this type of container will be enough or not. Invest a little bit of time into preparing of how much product you will really use, and not only you, maybe your entire family. Prepare all your products in the containers that you're planning to bring with you on the trip. Have a quick family meeting and say, for this week we'll be only using products out of these containers, and see if this will be enough for the entire family. By doing your homework and really measuring how much products you are using, you will save tons of space in your toiletry bag and as well as weight. Again, opposed to bringing even this type of travel size hair products, I can really fit in this size travel container. Big difference, right? The same idea goes for your perfume. These are my travel size perfumes. When I go away for minimum 6 months, I can put them into my check-in luggage, but for 7-day trip, I used this Sephora tester bottles, and they're super easy to refill. It just screws, and I made a little funnel out of aluminum foil, and this is actually a spray bottle, and I know for sure they will not leak because they are specially made for perfumes, and they're pretty good quality. And you can label them, or I know the clear one is for Devon and the little yellow one is for me. So this little bottle fits about 30 sprays, and I know for sure this will be enough for our 7-day trip. When you go through TSA, size does matter, even for carry-on size products. My personal favorite dry shampoo is Living Proof. This is a travel size now. This is not an actual shampoo, a dry shampoo. This is another Living Proof product, but that's about the size that dry shampoo comes in, and it is quite big. So for my 7-day travel, I will substitute with a smaller size. This is another brand. I don't like it as much, but size does matter, and see how much smaller it is, and it will fit much better in my liquid container. A stick deodorant is not considered liquid, so if you are using a roll-on deodorant, consider switching to stick. I prefer non-aluminum deodorant, however, I could not find anything in travel sizes, so I will be bringing a full-size deodorant stick. If you absolutely need to use shaving cream or gel, there are travel size cans, but they're quite large. So consider using a squeeze bottle and just pour the amount of gel you think you might need. So you might need even 2 ounce or 3 ounce. Again, test it depending on how often you will shave and the amount that you used to apply. Really test it a week before, or however long you will be traveling, whether that amount will be enough for you. When it comes to makeup, we have so many choices, options, and preferences. When I go away for a longer period of times, like now, we left New York for minimum 6 months, and it's actually going to be longer. I travel with this makeup bag where I have all the makeup I need. However, when we go away for 7 days, I know for this trip we're going to Maui, so it's going to be hot, and I don't want my makeup to melt, so I'm going for waterproof options. So out of my makeup bag, I only will pull out exact items that I will use. Waterproof brow kit with angle brush, waterproof mascara, 2 waterproof eyeliners, 1 regular brush for my eyeshadows, 1 small palette with eyeshadows. My primer and my foundation I will consolidate into 1 little container. And I will need a blush and a brush for the blush. And that's all the makeup I'm taking with me, opposed to getting the entire bag, which still weighs probably over a pound. And this way I am saving not only space but also the weight in my carry-on, because we all know the carry-on is very limited by weight. I want to share with you a few more tips on how to minimize your toiletries. For example, this is a Q-tip container, travel container, but On your 7-day trip, how many Q-tips will you really use? I doubt you will go through the entire pack. So what you can do is estimate how many Q-tips you and maybe your partner or your family will use on this trip. I know I use 1 Q-tip a day for my makeup. So I would pack 7 or 10 Q-tips like this. I use press and seal saran wrap. I find this brand really useful because it sticks together. So you see it kind of like has a little bit of adhesive, and I can open completely and my Q-tips still stay in place, and I can use one and then seal it back. And I would pack about 10 of them like this, and it will save me a lot of space opposed to a container like this. If you know that you will be using large quantities of one specific product, I recommend for you to bring a small amount with you on the plane and buy a full size or more of that product when you arrive. On our trip to Maui, I know we will need a lot of sunscreen, so I won't even bother filling 3-ounce sunscreen and bring it with me. We will be renting a car and we will go to a store regardless to pick up a case of water and some snack, so I will just buy a full-size sunscreen there. Instead of using an individual container for your razor, consider using razor protector clip, which just clips to the head of the razor and will save you a lot of space. Now that we have figured out what exactly we will bring on our trip, what containers we will use, how much of each product we will bring, the main question is what toiletry bag you will use. There are so many different kinds and options out there. I will show you a few. This clear plastic containers are TSA approved just because they are clear, and the TSA agents can easily see what's inside your containers. However, it's not approved by size. Again, you are only allowed to bring liquids in 1 liter or quart bag. So sometimes I like to use this type of containers. However, for our next Maui trip, I just booked a private room, and I know for sure we will use a shared bathroom. And I would have to bring all our toiletries in the bathroom and bring it back to the room, so I don't leave all our toiletries spread out in the bathroom like I usually do. So I purchased this bag. It comes with a hook, so I can easily hook the bag on a towel rack and use all the products I need. It comes with 1 waterproofed and sealed containers for all of your liquids. It has mesh over it so I can still see what's inside, and mesh pockets so they are very easily dry. So once I put any type of still wet products and bring it back to the room, they will be easily dry. I used another bag of this type, but it was kind of leather material, so it was super heavy. And now that we are going with the carry-on, I want to lighten up the load, so this is a very light fabric. Some of this type of bags come with magnetic clips, and I used to have one with magnetic clips. However, once you stuff your bag with all your goodies and try to close it, those clips kind of get tight to close and do get undone. And this specific bag comes with a strap with adjustable length, so no matter how full you stuff your bag, you can still close it securely. And I had another type of bag by Diniwell Travel. I'm going to tell you the cons of this bag. The zipper is not super reliable. When I try to close it, very often the zipper gets undone and opens up. Another downside of this bag is that one side is very loose, and even if you set it on the counter, some of your toiletries might roll out. However, this bag is still waterproof and I do use it for our check-in luggage. If you have any toiletry packing tips, leave a comment below so we can all benefit from it. And if you find this video useful, click thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you know when the next video comes out. Mahalo for watching!
Please have your boarding passes and passports ready for boarding.